The first thing you need to know about Wonka is something I didn't know going into it, and that is, it's a musical. I don't know how I didn't know that. But I found out real quick the moment the movie opened with a song. Now, this isn't one of those musicals where the entire thing is nothing but singing. There is a large part that's just acting, and there are a lot of songs thrown in. And luckily, the songs aren't all totally annoying. They're actually pretty good. They're a little catchy, a little charming. You may even find yourself bobbing your head and trying to sing along with it. And I'll be honest, there is one or two that made me want to put an ice pick in my ear, but we won't get too deep into that. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect with this movie because I did like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I do like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Although Johnny Depp's version is a little bit creepy, it's still fun and enjoyable. This one, I was like, wow, we're going to get a prequel and an origin story, so maybe this will give me that same whimsical, magical feel that the others gave me. Unfortunately, there's no whimsical and magical in this. I mean, there's a little bit of magical because it's Willy Wonka, but that whole whimsical aspect of the movie that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory had, this movie doesn't. It's missing that, and I feel that was the movie's biggest downfall. It just felt like a musical taking place in a town by a guy trying to make chocolates with a little bit of magic thrown in. I still like the story. I love finding out how Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory got started and his trials and tribulations getting to that point, but there was just that little bit of something missing. Now, Timothee Chalamet plays Willy Wonka, and I think he did an okay job. He doesn't have that flair to him that Gene Wilder and Johnny Depp gave the character. It just, maybe that goes along with the fact that the whimsical aspect of this was missing for me. But he still did a very good job on the character. I just feel like something was missing, and I don't want to say whether or not it was him or it was the movie that was kind of taking me out of it. But there was something there that I just couldn't put my finger on. Now, it's being directed by Paul King, and he also directed Paddington and Paddington 2, which I absolutely love both of those movies. They both have a sense of charm and fun all on their own, and there's this lightheartedness to it, which we saw him bring into Wonka. Now, this movie is 2 hours long, and I'll be honest, it feels every bit of it. The first hour, the first half of this movie, very slow. Man, this first half of the movie drug. I really had a fight to get through the first half of this movie, unfortunately. The second half, it really picked up. It started getting interesting. The character development was there. There was a lot more action. There was a little more magic. There was a lot more going on in the second half of this movie. There was a lot of fluff that I feel like we could have cut out in the first half that would have shaved this movie down to about 1 hour and 40 minutes. Absolute max. Could have done without all the other stuff because, man, it was a snooze fest in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. If you can manage to fight through the first 45 minutes to an hour, you're going to really enjoy the second half of this movie. So if you got to go out for popcorn or take a bathroom break, the first half is when you want to do it. I don't know what it is with studios feeling they have to make 2 hour long movies now all the time. What happened to the 1.5 hour movie? It's a perfect runtime. Now let's talk about Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa because he did a great job. He had the personality, he had the body language, the movements and everything. It was perfect. I don't know that there was a better person to cast as an Oompa Loompa. He had attitude and spunk, and then he was even emotional in there to a point that I didn't expect. And it was just a lot of fun. Overall, it was a pretty good movie. It's not going to be on my top 10 list anytime soon, and I will definitely watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory again long before I go to watch this one. It was interesting to see the prequel and the origin story. Now that I really don't have a need to see it again. But if you've seen Wonka, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, and please do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe button on your way out. And I'll see you at the concession stands.